Top 5 Most Demonic Deaths. Welcome, brave souls, to a journey into the darkest corners of human fear. Tonight, we delve into a realm where the veil between our world and something far older, far more sinister, becomes terrifyingly thin. We're not talking about mere accidents, or even the tragic end of human life. Tonight, we speak of deaths claimed by something else. Something ancient, malevolent, and utterly demonic. For millennia, humanity has whispered tales of entities beyond our comprehension, beings of pure malice that seek to corrupt, to torment, and ultimately to claim. And sometimes, in the most horrific of circumstances, they succeed. These are not just stories. They are echoes of terror, chilling accounts of lives extinguished not by natural means, but by a force that defies explanation, a force that leaves behind a signature of pure, unadulterated evil. Prepare yourselves, for we are about to count down the top 5 most demonic deaths, cases from history and documented accounts where the very essence of evil seemed to reach out from the shadows and drag its victims into an abyss from which there is no return. We will arrange these by their chilling demonic intensity. Our first chilling account, at number 5 on our list, takes us back to 17th century France, to the infamous case of Urbain Grandier and the Loud Nuns. This isn't a death by direct possession, but a death caused by the widespread belief in demonic influence and a supposed pact with the devil. Grandier, a charismatic priest, became the target of accusations from a convent of Ursuline nuns in Loudun who claimed to be possessed by demons he had sent. The nuns exhibited extreme behaviors, convulsions, blasphemous acts, speaking in unknown tongues. While modern interpretations often point to mass hysteria or political machinations, at the time, it was widely accepted as genuine demonic possession. Grandier, despite denying the charges, was accused of witchcraft and making a pact with the devil. His trial became a spectacle fueled by the terrifying testimonies of the allegedly possessed nuns. Ultimately, Grandier was found guilty. On August 18, 1634, he was burned at the stake. His death was a direct consequence of the fear and belief in demonic forces, a chilling example of how the perceived influence of evil can lead to fatal judgment, even if the demon itself never laid a physical hand on him. It was a death born from the terror of the unseen, a life extinguished by the very idea of a demonic pact. Our fourth entry brings us to a more recent and tragically violent case, highlighting the devastating consequences when the belief in demonic possession leads to extreme action. This is the harrowing story of Christy Bamu, a 15-year-old boy who died on Christmas Day in 2010 in London. Christy was visiting his sister and her boyfriend when they accused him of witchcraft and being possessed by evil spirits. Over several days, they subjected him to horrific torture, attempting to exorcise the demons they believed tormented him. He was beaten with sticks, metal bars, and a hammer, deprived of food and water, and eventually drowned in a bathtub. His tormentors believed they were literally beating the devil out of him. This was not a death where a demon directly manifested and killed, but a death brutally inflicted by humans acting under the terrifying conviction of demonic presence. Christy J's death serves as a grim reminder of the real-world dangers and fatal outcomes that can arise from misguided beliefs and attempts to combat perceived demonic forces. It's a death steeped in the darkest aspects of fear and superstition, where the fight against evil turned into an unspeakable act of violence. Moving to our third most intense case, we delve into a chilling incident from 1974 in England, where a man's life was shattered and another was brutally ended, allegedly by a lingering demonic presence. This is the case of Michael Taylor. Michael Taylor, a butcher from Ossett, West Yorkshire, began exhibiting disturbing behaviors, leading his Christian fellowship group to believe he was demonically afflicted. An all-night exorcism was performed by an Anglican priest and a Methodist clergyman, lasting over 24 hours. They claim to have expelled over 40 demons, including those of incest, blasphemy, and lewdness. However, the exorcists reportedly felt that at least 3 demons, those of insanity, murder, and violence, remained within him. Tragically, shortly after returning home from this grueling ordeal, Michael Taylor brutally murdered his wife, Christine. He attacked her with his bare hands, tearing out her eyes and tongue in a horrific display of violence. He was later found wandering naked in the street, covered in blood, reportedly repeating, "It is the blood of Satan." At his trial, Taylor was acquitted on grounds of insanity, but the case remains infamous for the direct, violent death attributed to the residual demonic influence that the exorcism failed to fully remove. It was a death born from a battle for a soul, where the darkness, though seemingly subdued, unleashed its ultimate horror. Our second most intense demonic death brings us to a case that shocked the world and inspired one of the most famous horror films of all time. This is the tragic story of Anneliese Michel, a young German woman who died in 1976. Anneliese began experiencing severe psychological and physical distress at age 16, including seizures and visions of demonic faces. Despite medical treatment, her condition worsened, and she became convinced she was possessed by demons. Her family, devout Catholics, sought an exorcism. Over 10 months, 2 priests performed 67 exorcism rites on Anneliese. During this period, she reportedly exhibited terrifying phenomena, speaking in multiple, guttural voices, barking like a dog, eating insects, and self-mutilating. Under the immense physical and psychological strain of the alleged possession and the prolonged exorcisms, Anneliese's health rapidly deteriorated. She refused to eat and drink, believing the demons prevented her. She died on July 1st, 1976, from malnutrition and dehydration, weighing only 66 pounds. Her parents and the 2 priests were later convicted of negligent homicide. Anneliese's death is a chilling testament to the extreme physical and mental torment attributed to demonic possession, a slow, agonizing demise directly linked to the malevolent forces believed to be consuming her. It was a death where the demonic presence seemed to relentlessly drain her life away until there was nothing left. Our most intensely demonic death on this list, though not resulting in the victim's immediate demise, represents the most direct and prolonged assault on a human life by a demonic entity, bringing the individual to the very brink of destruction. This is the harrowing ordeal of Roland Doe, a 14-year-old American boy whose alleged possession in 1949 became the basis for The Exorcist. The terrifying phenomena surrounding Roland began after he reportedly used a Ouija board. Objects levitated, furniture moved, and strange noises emanated from his room. As his condition worsened, he exhibited supernatural strength, spoke in guttural voices, and developed mysterious scratches and welts on his body, sometimes forming words or symbols. Priests were called in, and a series of exorcisms began, lasting for weeks. During these brutal rites, Roland's body would contort violently. He would lash out with incredible force, and the demonic entity within him seemed to fight with every ounce of its being to retain its hold. Witnesses reported levitation, spitting, and the boy speaking fluent Latin, a language he had never learned. The torment was so extreme that one priest suffered a gash from a mattress, spring torn free by Roland, and another a broken nose. The demonic entity seemed determined to utterly destroy Roland, physically and spiritually. While Roland Doe ultimately survived the ordeal, the intensity of the demonic assault, the sheer scale of the physical manifestations, and the profound psychological torment he endured brought him to the very precipice of death. It was a battle for his soul where the demonic entity unleashed its full fury, intending to claim him entirely. His survival, after such a prolonged and violent struggle, stands as a testament to the terrifying power of the demonic and the desperate fight for human life. It was a near-death experience of the most demonic kind, a chilling glimpse into the abyss. These tales, chilling as they are, serve as a stark reminder of the darkness that lurks just beyond our perception. Whether through the manipulation of belief, the instigation of violence, or the slow, agonizing consumption of a soul, these are deaths that transcend the natural, leaving behind a legacy of fear and a profound sense of the demonic. They remind us that some doors, once opened, can never truly be closed. And some entities, once awakened, will stop at nothing to claim what they desire. So as you go about your nights, perhaps you'll find yourself glancing into the shadows, wondering if you too are being watched. Because in the realm of the demonic, death is not always the end. Sometimes it's just the beginning of a far greater horror,